Imagine waking up one day knowing that death is no longer part of your story. How would that change everything you know about life? In this mind-bending episode, we're diving deep into the possibilities, science, and chaos behind the idea of humans living forever. From endless youth to ethical dilemmas and technological revolutions, you're about to explore a future that may not be as far away as it seems. So if you're curious about what life without limits could actually mean, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss our next deep dive into the world of tomorrow. 1. The end of aging. Scientists have already begun decoding the biological clocks inside our cells, and if they manage to stop or reverse aging, humans could potentially remain youthful forever. Telomere extension, genetic engineering, and cellular rejuvenation are already in experimental stages. Companies are pouring billions into age reversal tech with some early success. If these methods go mainstream, we may soon treat aging like a curable disease. Imagine a world where wrinkles, gray hair, and memory loss become ancient history. This could redefine what it means to grow up or even to grow old. No more retirement at 65 or feeling too old for anything. Lifelong vitality could become the norm. But would it be evenly distributed? Would only the wealthy benefit from this biological miracle? If so, aging might become a new form of inequality. 2. Overcrowded Earth. With people no longer dying, population growth would skyrocket, leading to major challenges in housing, food, and space. Cities would overflow, rural areas would be converted, and nature could be pushed to its limits. Without natural death to balance birth rates, humanity might outgrow the planet in decades. Resources like clean water and arable land would become critically scarce. Governments may be forced to implement extreme birth control laws. Wars over space and sustenance could become common. Artificial habitats like floating cities or underground worlds might be needed. Mars colonization may shift from science fiction to survival strategy. Infrastructure would need to be reimagined entirely. 3. Infinite careers and lifelong learning. In a world without death, careers wouldn't end with retirement. People could learn hundreds of skills over centuries, becoming living encyclopedias. Professions like medicine, engineering, and space science could benefit from this cumulative experience. But what happens when job markets become saturated with skilled individuals who never retire? Youth could struggle to find opportunities while the old guard dominates forever. Education systems would transform to accommodate constant, lifelong learning. Universities might offer thousand-year programs or skills updated every decade. The concept of a resume would drastically change. How do you summarize 500 years of work experience? Some may master every instrument, every language, every art. Others may specialize in hyper-niche areas of knowledge. 4. Love and relationships without end. What would marriage mean if it lasted not 50, but 500 years? The idea of forever would take on an entirely new meaning. Human connections would face unprecedented challenges. Could emotional bonds truly survive centuries of change and personal growth? Divorce might become more common, or relationships may evolve into flexible, time-based contracts. Family trees would grow so vast they'd be impossible to map. Imagine being a great-great-great-great-grandparent and still alive to meet your descendants. Parenting might span centuries, raising new questions about responsibility and generational wisdom. Emotional fatigue or relationship burnout might emerge as new psychological phenomena. 5. Death becomes a choice. If humanity masters immortality, death could transform from an inevitable event into a personal decision. Some people may still choose to die due to boredom, grief, or simply a desire for closure. Society would have to create ethical frameworks for assisted death. Religious beliefs may face major shifts as concepts of heaven, hell, and reincarnation are challenged. Governments would need laws around self-termination, legacy planning, and emotional counseling. Funerals might become rare, but more meaningful. Philosophical debates would rage. Is life still life without death? Could the value of life diminish if it never ends? Some might even create rituals for voluntary endings. 6. Memory overload and mental health. Our brains are not designed to store centuries of memories. With time, We could experience memory fatigue or lose sense of personal identity. Mental health support would evolve to handle long-term trauma and existential fatigue. Scientists might develop brain-boosting tech to expand memory capacity. Digital memory backups or cloud-stored thoughts could become common. But this raises concerns about privacy, hacking, and manipulation. People may relive past centuries or revisit old lives like historical VR games. Therapy might involve sorting through hundreds of years of emotional baggage. Some might choose to erase or compress memories to stay sane. 7. Crime, punishment, and justice. How do you sentence someone to life in prison when life is infinite? The justice system would need a total overhaul. Crimes may increase with an endless lifetime to exploit loopholes or evade capture. Alternatively, people might become more cautious, knowing they have centuries to live with the consequences. Punishments could shift to psychological reconditioning or extended exile from society. Rehabilitation programs might last hundreds of years. The concept of serving time would drastically change. Repeat offenders could pose ongoing threats for generations. 8. The rise of post-human beings. Immortality may not come from biology alone, but through merging with machines. Human consciousness could be uploaded to digital systems, creating post-human entities. Bodies may become interchangeable, customizable, or even optional. Minds could be stored in servers, downloaded into new bodies, or shared across networks. This would blur the line between humanity and artificial intelligence. Some may live in virtual worlds, never returning to the physical one. Others could travel to stars in synthetic forms immune to space's dangers. The definition of being human would evolve. 9. Environmental impact of immortality. With an immortal population consuming endlessly, the environment would suffer. Pollution, deforestation, and climate change could accelerate unless managed wisely. Recycling systems would need massive innovation to prevent overwhelming waste. Energy consumption would skyrocket, demanding cleaner sources like fusion or solar space stations. Ocean cities or vertical farms might be required to balance human needs with nature. Biodiversity could collapse unless we actively protect ecosystems. Some immortals might dedicate centuries to environmental restoration. Others may exploit resources unchecked. 10. The meaning of life without death. For centuries, death has given life urgency, meaning, and direction. Without it, would life feel empty or more meaningful than ever? People may chase endless goals, change careers hundreds of times, or live lives as varied as entire civilizations. But the lack of a finish line could leave some lost or unmotivated. Philosophy, art, and spirituality may reach unimaginable depths. Entire belief systems would shift. Some may spend 1,000 years in search of meaning, while others find it in the smallest details. The journey could become the only destination. But would we ever feel satisfied or constantly chase purpose in an infinite loop? If humans could live forever, life would be filled with unimaginable possibilities and unimaginable questions. From redefining love and justice to reshaping our very biology, immortality would change every single aspect of our existence. But the real mystery isn't whether we can live forever, it's whether we should. What kind of future do we want to build, and who gets to be a part of it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this thought-provoking journey, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and smash that subscribe button so you never miss a story that challenges your imagination. This is your future, explore it with us.